Welcome to another Power BI tutorial, and this time we are going to design this weather dashboard using a weather service website and their API and XML data. And we will use some data modeling where we will add some additional information, including these beautiful icons without using pictures. We will use Unicode characters, Unicode symbols right here as well. As you can see, this is text, not a picture. So these are very flexible and very dynamic to use. And we will use these line charts to display the forecast information. So let's start with our today tutorial. There are many websites that offer free access to their live data of weather, weather history, and weather forecasting. One of such websites is weatherapi.com, where you can register yourself for free and you can get access to their live data, which you can connect to Microsoft Excel or Power BI. All you have to do is to go to their website and click on the sign up button and then enter your email address and password and click on the sign up button. And then when you have signed up for their service, you can log in to their website and use their API to get access to their data. These websites work in the same way. All you have to do is to sign up for their service, and then you can log in to get the API key, which you can use to get access to their data. So let's click on the login button, and now we are in their dashboard. And as you can see, here is the API key, which we can use to get access to their service. You should never share your API key because this is used in the URL to get access to the data. And if you are a paid user, and if anyone else is using the same API key to get access to the data, you will be charged for that data usage. However, uh, on specifically on this website, you can change your API key. So for the purpose of this video, I am sharing this API key, but after I'm done, I can regenerate the key, and that will change my API key, and this API key will not no longer be accessible. So to use this API key, you have to study the documentation of each service provider, or some of them also provide an API Explorer tool, such as this one, where you can uh, paste your API key. So let's copy this API key and paste it here. Then fill up some other fields. For example, what kind of data do you want? So we want XML and which city. And then when you click on this button, it generates a URL which you can use to get this information, which contains the weather information. So let's copy this URL and paste it here. And now you have all the current weather information of uh, your location, the location you have provided. And this is the current information. You can also get forecast information by clicking on the forecast button, and history information, alerts, future, and so on. So each time you get a URL which you can save somewhere, and then use that URL to get access to that information. And it doesn't matter which service or website you use. If you choose XML, output will always look like this, which you can use very easily in applications like Microsoft Excel or Power BI. So if we are using Microsoft Excel, all we have to do is copy the URL and go to the Microsoft Excel, and then go to the data tab, and in the get data, we will go to the other sources and choose from web. And then here we will enter the URL and click on the OK button. Then in the navigator, we will choose the table and click on the load button. And there you go. All your information is now available in the tabular form. And whenever you will click on the refresh button, the information will be refreshed. In addition to the current information, we can also use the historical information, and to get that, we can click on the history tab here, and we can select location and date, and then click on the show response. And now we have history.xml instead of current.xml. So let's copy this URL and paste it here. And now we have historical information of weather as well. However, today we are going to use only forecast information, and for that we will click on the forecast tab, and we will select number of days and other information and location as well, and we will click on the show response to generate a URL. So let's copy this URL and paste it here. So this is the information that we are going to use to create a dashboard in Power BI today. This information is of 1 day. It is hourly information, so we will display average forecast as well as hourly information on line charts. But before we start creating our dashboard, we need to prepare some information in Microsoft Excel. So what we will do is that we will copy all the fields such as the wind kilometer per hour, wind degree, wind mile per hour, everything. So we will copy all these fields. We have already shown you how to import this data into Microsoft Excel, and then you can simply copy the fields and paste them in the column form. So we have already done that, and we have copied those fields and pasted in column A. So these are all the fields that are present in the forecast uh, table. Now what we have done is that we have included icons in front of each attribute. So these are Unicode characters. You can simply search for these characters on the internet. For example, let's search for wind Unicode, and this will give us various Unicode characters. So this is the character we are looking for. This is a Unicode character for wind, and this can be used for gust. So let's copy this one, and we can simply paste it like this. So this is how we have uh, created these icons. So this is the simplest way of adding icons to your Power BI dashboard. Next, we have created a column for proper titles of these attributes. So we have used temperature for both temp C and temp F because they are both temperatures. And then we have added a system column which identifies whether the information belongs to metric system or imperial system. Or if it is not related to metric or imperial, then we have added other. So this is how we have prepared our data, which we are going to connect to our forecast table using data modeling in Power BI. So we have created a Power BI desktop dashboard report, and now we are going to copy this URL, and from get data we will select web, and we will enter this URL here and click on the OK button. Then we will select forecast and click on the transform data. Here we will select the hours table, and we will expand it, and then we will unpivot this information. So we will unpivot all fields with numeric data. So let's leave this as well. Great. Now we will right click on these selected columns, and we will click on the unpivot columns. And now we have unpivoted information like this. So we have all this information in tabular in columns form. So let's remove this column, and I think that's it. So let's click on the close and apply button. And now we have a forecast data in our data pane, which we can use to create a dashboard. However, first we need to import the Excel workbook. So let's select this additional information and click open, and let's select this additional table, and let's click on the load button, and it has an extra column 5 which we do not need, so let's go ahead and delete this column, and let's save our report now. And now we have two tables. One is the forecast table where all the forecast information is available, and the other is additional information which includes icons, proper titles, and system information. So let's combine these tables in model view, and this is nice. The system has automatically recognized the relationship and created a link between both tables. So now we can add the additional information to our forecast day table. So let's go to the table view and select the forecast table, and now we will add the additional information here as well. So let's click on the new column button and use the related function to add the information. So first information is the uh, icon column, and we will use the related function to add the icons from additional table into this table. And there you go. Now we need another column, and that is the proper column. So again, we will use the related function and add the proper column as well. And then we will add the system column as well using the related function. And now we have all three columns from the additional table in our forecast table. Now we need just two more columns. And the first column is date, where we will get date from this column using the format function. So format time, and we will display date as day, month, and year. This is our date, and then we will add another column for time, and we will again use the format function, and uh, from the time column we will get hours, minutes, and seconds. And this is it. Now we have all the columns which we can use to create our weather dashboard. So let's go to the report view and start designing our dashboard. So first of all, we will add a text box, and in the text box, we will enter a Unicode symbol which represents weather. So we have chosen this symbol, and we will use the maximum font size, and then we will place the text box here and resize the text box to this size. And now we will turn on visual borders and rounded corners as well. And this is it. Now we will add date and time to our dashboard. So let's add this one using the card visual, and let's turn off the category label and place it here. Now these borders are kind of problematic. So let's go to the format and uh, turn off the background. So this is good now. Now we will add the system field as card as slicer, and in the slicer settings we will choose tiles, and in the selection we will choose single select, and we will select only the empirical and metric systems, and then we will turn off the slicer header, and then we will place it here. We should also make the background disappear. This looks better. Now we can enter more data into our dashboard. So let's add a multi-row card and add the icon field actually, and then add the value field as average, and then add the proper field to the filters and select the first data point, which is dew point, and then let's turn off the category label or turn it on, but we will change it to dew dew point. Then in the category value, let's change this to 30. Nope. Let's change this to 30, 40, and change this to 20 and resize it like this, and turn on visual borders and rounded corners. This is better. Now we will add a line chart and place it here, and then we will add uh, time to x-axis and value to y-axis as average, and uh, proper to filters, and then dew point. Let's use this time, and go to the effects, turn on visual borders and rounded corners. Now there is some problem with our time. Let's go here and change it to time and come back here. Now this is better. Okay, this should be 1 and this should be 5. Now this is much better. Let's change this to dew point as well. And similarly, we will change this to time. Then we will copy this visual and paste it here. And we will select uh, temperature and uncheck this one. And now we will copy this visual and paste it here. And we will select feels like and temperature. And we will change this to temperature. And we will add the proper field to legend. Now we have both temperature and feels like in one chart. Okay, we need to change this to temperature as well. And then we will copy this visual and paste it here. And then we will uncheck all of them and add the air speed, which is wind speed, and change this to wind speed. Then we will copy this visual and paste it here and change this to wind speed and uncheck all of them and add the wind speed and add the gust speed as well. So now we have both wind speed and gust speed in one chart. So we have heat index next to the gust speed, but we can also display heat index in this chart. So we can simply turn on this and heat index will also be included in this chart. And now we can add another visual and we can add precipitation and relevant field if any. So let's add a line chart as well and add the precipitation here as well and change this text to precipitation and also wind speed to precipitation. Now we have 4 visuals, 4 variables in our dashboard. Let's copy this field again and paste it here. And let's turn on the pressure and then let's copy this visual and again air pressure Then let's add we have already added the temperature, and we can add wind chill. Let's change this to wind chill and this as well. Now we have added most of the visuals that have empirical or metric system, but we have not yet added all those visuals or variables that have nothing to do with this system. So let's add those as well. So let's copy this and paste it here. And to add those visuals, we need to select this visual and uh, click on the edit interactions and turn off the interaction. And same for the line chart as well. Click on this one, make sure that edit interaction is turned on, and then turn off this. So now we can see all those values in here as well. So uh, let's click on this one and go to the proper, uncheck all, and select chance of rain, and then select this one and select chance of rain here as well. Change this to chance of rain and this one as well. And in the same way, we will add the other visuals as well. So now we have all the visuals we want in our dashboard. We have still some free space left out because we have combined some variables into single visuals. So let's rearrange our visuals and resize them if necessary to fill this blank space. And now our dashboard is complete and we can see all the information related to weather forecast of one day, which includes temperature, wind speed, dew point, and precipitation, humidity, cloud, UV, pressure, etc. So this was the weather dashboard that we created from this forecast information, which we collected from a weather service website using their API, and the data was in form of XML, which we imported in our Power BI desktop application, and then we converted it into uh, a nice dashboard after using Unicode characters, Unicode symbols as icons. And with this, we conclude this tutorial. I always enjoy sharing these insights with you. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please share them in the comment section below. Thanks for being part of this community, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.